Yay!
Hey!
Hi! We are back with T-Bap,
That Black Anime Podcast.
where we, black people, talk about anime on a podcast. That's pretty much it.
I know that's a bit hard. I give people a second to wrap their minds around
I
that.
know it's a really, really complicated concept that took us.
It's really in depth.
It's really deep. Like
Got
you
a lot of
really have to
layers.
think. You really have to think deep about why we called it that, and it's only for the intellectuals in the group. So.
Yeah, you need a certain level of intelligence to vibe with it.
Exactly.
So it's been a good week. What have we been up to, Steph?
We saw Black Panther.
Saw Black Panther.
Yes, we did. It was amazing.
I've been recommending it. Everyone I saw. I know a friend of mine I saw last night. A friend of yours too. A friend of mine. Yours, Justin. I saw him last night at my job. I'm like, he was going to see it today, and I'm like,
I'm ready to see it again. Like, if we get tickets this afternoon, I'm ready to go see it again. They're probably sold out. I haven't checked, but
hey, I got his number. Let me know.
I am ready to see it again. It was so good.
Yes.
Like, we'll probably do a special episode for our Patreons because we actually have a patron. Thank you, Kristen. You are the best. She's our newest favorite listener.
Fuck Benton. Kristen all day.
All day long. Newest favorite listener on T-Bap. She's the best. Yes. So basically, if she wanted to take the show in a whole entire direction, she totally could. Because one of her rewards, she's just like, hey, can y'all review this? And we'd be like, hell yeah, we can.
Right now, she gets priority.
She gets
special
priority.
Treatment.
She is our new favorite listener. Mm-hmm. We love her.
Follow. Hint. Anyway, but yeah, I want to wait. I have some thoughts. I have some thoughts about Black Panther, which I've shared with a few of our online friends and Facebook groups and whatever. But I'm waiting until my second or third viewing, and two, also I want to give people a chance to see it before I go into any of my in-depth thoughts of the movie.
Oh yeah.
I'll save it. I will save it.
We'll save it. You'll hear all of our thoughts.
Yeah, just on
that episode.
Exactly. Just stick with us. You'll hear my thoughts eventually. Just know it was a good movie. Honestly, it's again. I have to watch it. I have to watch it at least 2 or 3 times to give it an official ranking. Right. But right now, it's
my melanin is popping.
It's melanin popping.
Woo! It's the blackest movie. It's so great. Oh, everything is great.
Yeah. It made me happy.
Right?
Like I can say right now, critically, I've watched it 2 or 3 times, but it's tied for my favorite Marvel movie at the moment.
Right.
Like with Winter Soldier, and that's a very high bar.
That was a great movie too.
But in terms of like movie that made me happy, I
was so happy in the theater. Like I almost cried. It was just a whole bunch of emotions with the whole movement and everything with it. It's just nobody can take my joy regarding this movie right now. Like, people are already trying to be critics about it. I'm like, just let us have the weekend to have the moment. Can black people be happy for a second?
Like, can black people be happy, and can we not get lean on black artists that do only work on things like social ills?
Right.
Like,
can we enjoy ourselves?
Like, let us enjoy. Like, let black people let consumers of black media enjoy themselves.
Right.
And let
be happy.
Yeah, and let black artists be able, I say that because Black Panther was definitely political. Can we not judge every black art? Like, can we not force every black artist into a box?
That would be great. That would be magnificent. Not everybody has to do the most woke thing ever, and it was woke now. But
that annoyed me. Like, artists of other races don't have to. They don't have to be woke.
Right.
They don't have to
make a social statement all the time.
Yeah, but for some reason, specifically black artists are expected to in order to get support from black people.
It's really weird.
Like, they should let us be happy. Let us write the stories. Maybe they just want to
make a comic book movie about black melanin defeating the whole world.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
maybe that is what it is. Maybe it's just a surface great superhero movie. It's not. But maybe it is. It could be. That's what you want it to be.
I'm annoyed with all the hotepery.
The fake wokeness. But woker than thou, I saw this in the movie, so that means I'm on my social.
I'm at that point. I'm not even dignifying them with a intelligent response now. I just post that pic, that beam of Umar going stairs and stolen GoFundMe donations. That's all. That's literally all I've been reacting to the woker than now and Hotep shit lately.
Just enjoy it. Just enjoy the moment. This is a huge moment in Black history.
Let black people be happy.
Let black people be happy.
No, no one. He's not the black superhero. First black superhero movie. No, but the first one that's honestly unarguably good. Don't get me wrong. I like Spawn, but I wouldn't say objectively that's
I enjoyed Spawn.
But I would never call it objectively a good movie. He's not the first black comic book character to get his main movie, but he is the first black superhero.
Yeah.
1966. Look it up. First black superhero. Like, people bring up, what about Blade? The bitch, he showed up in 1972. John Stewart, Green Lantern, 1971, bitch. Try again. Storm, 75, bitch. Try again. Spawn, 92.
1992. It was a good year.
It's a good year. Like, y'all, it's a milestone.
It is. It is a moment in black history. Bruh, have you looked at how it's destroying the box office?
Like, it is smashing the box office.
Smashing.
It is Hulk smash. Because it's a Marvel movie. It is Hulk smashing the goddamn box office.
The records, the box office, all
I want it to knock it all out.
It is. It is. It already is. And it's. This is
all
I hoped it would be. Go see it. Go see it 12 times. Do it for the culture.
Do it for the culture.
Do it for the culture. See it until, keep it. Make them keep it in the theaters for the next 5 weeks. At least for the next 10 months. Yeah, I want Black Panther to be every day.
I want them to, even after they release it on DVD, they need to be able to be like, we have a special screening just because.
Exactly. That would be magnificent.
That'd be great.
Anyway, what did we watch today?
Today we watched Ghost in the Shell, and we're doing this as soon as possible just because there's a lot to talk.
There's a lot to unpack. We haven't the original,
not the live action one, the original 1995 movie.
Yeah, original 1995.
Now, we chose to watch this we were so smart. We chose to watch this very, very kind of I don't want to say intellectual, but kind of like cerebral.
It's very cerebral. Makes you use your brain meats.
For the cyberpunk, one of the codifiers of the cyber. Well, I wouldn't say the codifier because I think Blade Runner came out long before Ghost in the Shell.
Yes, it did.
But it's one of the top. When you think cyberpunk, it's one of the top.
Oh yeah.
Thing that come to your mind after Blade Runner and things like that.
Yeah.
And
it's a classic.
Yeah, it's a classic.
Ghost in the Shell.
It is. First of all, pros. This movie is fucking gorgeous.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh my god!
I said several times when we were watching it that it's like watching a painting.
Right.
It's just, and it knows it's beautiful.
I outright questioned multiple times. This came out in fucking 95.
Yeah, it's gorgeously animated.
It's gorgeously animated and detailed.
So, the attention to detail, the cityscapes, the whole world that they came up with and animated.
There's a scene,
it's gorgeous.
There's a very minor scene in the beginning where Motoko, the main character, Motoko Kusanagi, she wakes up in her apartment and it's just a perfect shot of the city.
Oh yeah,
and it's
her window and everything else.
But it's because animation isn't cheap.
It is not.
You have to cut. That's the unfortunate thing about animation. Animators, they have to cut corners wherever they can. Mm-hmm. But they spent money to animate her getting up and getting dressed in a corner and just get them hold on that landscape just because they knew how good they knew a money shot when they saw it.
And they do have a lot of money shots in this, and they do hold on them. When it changes acts, it's pretty easy to tell because they do the landscaping and the music is great too.
Yeah. It has some 90s computer generation in it, but it's CGI, but it's so subtle.
It's subtle. They've used it the right way.
It's used to enhance,
Indeed.
Not as a crutch.
As it should be.
Which
we have said
the cloaking,
time and time again.
The cloak, the the cloaking effect.
Yeah.
Where they have like this ability, like it's sort of like, let's say for the Harry Potter nerds, it's like a cloaking. It's like
invisibility cloak.
Yes,
or and cloak of invisibility.
The way it just kind of like shimmers out.
Yeah.
It's like anyone who's ever played, you play with bubbles as a kid. You know, like how bubbles look in the light.
Yep.
It kind of looked like, I loved it. It looked
was
so
great. It was awesome.
It's so basically it's a cyberpunk future. I wouldn't say it's a dystopia, but it's definitely kind of dark and gritty.
Yep.
It's kind of a future where everyone has, the concept is and cybernetic enhancements are commonplace, and specifically the enhancement that everyone seems to have, even the quote unquote most human characters that don't need maintenance, are like these cyber brains.
Yeah.
They allowed them
in cyborg robot bodies.
Yeah, they can hack in the body. They can hack on the internet. Like, they can get into the internet. They can attach electronics to their brains.
Yeah.
It's like
they've got these little things in the back of their neck where you just put in cords and shit.
Yeah, and it's like I love things like one of the things I love about sci-fi is like I love exploring. Like, I like the implications of new technology.
Yeah.
The same goes in the Shell, but it terrified me at some point because one of the main villains of the movie, the puppet master, who's Section 9, which is
the plot. Let's go into the plot.
So, we talked about the world first for a reason because the plot's kind of
it's a little. I mean, it's there, but that's not the important part. Like,
this movie, I'm gonna say
until towards the end.
This is gonna sound like criticism. It kind of is, but I say this despite contemplation of certain like cyberpunk elements with some action than an actual story.
So basically what we have is there's a puppet master going around hacking into people's brains and basically making them do stuff.
Yeah, like, so there's this concept for the cyber brains, or the concept of a ghost, which is basically like the consciousness.
The soul.
Yeah, the
human part of whatever.
Yeah, and but the puppet master does is terrifying. He hacks into people's brains to the point where he hacks into their soul and creates freaking memories and
false memories.
He basically he's
reprogramming them to do whatever he wants them to do. He's
making them puppets.
Yeah.
Like, there's this one villain that gets it. Oh, that action scene.
Yeah.
Everyone knows it. Y'all, even if you've never seen Ghost in the Shell, you know, pop culture osmosis. You know about this fight scene I'm coming up. Mm-hmm. The fight scene where Motoko is invisible and in the water. The iconic scene where she kicks him and then it shimmers and fades.
Yep.
It's like.
This is my first time seeing the movie, and I even knew about it.
Right, and it's like towards the end of the fight, it's like you can arrest me if you want. I'll never tell you anything. And one of the main characters, Bato, turns around and says, "What the fuck can you tell us? You don't." More or less, I'm paraphrasing. What the fuck can you tell us? You don't even know your own goddamn name.
Right.
And it's like it's a moment where the guy look like, oh, the animators.
Because at that point, they don't really tell you the depths of which the puppet master is affecting people.
There's a guy who the dude, the accomplice. Apparently, he told this whole backstory of how he pretty stalkerish, by the way.
Oh yeah, horribly creepy.
The stacker basically gave him a
way to hack into his wife's brain.
His ex-wife's separated wife's brain, so he can try to get her and his kids back.
Right.
Then it turns out, you find out later on, there is no wife. That whole story.
No wife, no kids. He's been living in a bachelor pad for 10 years.
Yeah.
None of it is real.
He got hacked and manipulated into hacking into government systems.
Exactly. And there's no way he can get his old memories, like his regular memories back, quote unquote. There's no way to get him back. So he's stuck with trying to figure out what's real and what isn't.
And they straight up said they don't have technology to completely erase the memories that he's been given.
Exactly. So for the rest of his life, he's got to deal with knowing he's been doing stuff against his free will. Yes, false memories. Like, just put me in an institution now.
He's showing people around. He's showing like his coworker the picture of his daughter, but it's not a picture of his daughter. In the movie,
it's a picture of him and his dog.
And the movie was very well handled when they didn't show you it.
Yeah.
Like at the moment, I feel like that's something that's gonna come up.
His coworker didn't even look at it. He was like, nah.
Yeah. It's like, ooh, they setting you up. Like, you know they're going to do something, but you don't know exactly what they're going to do with that picture because they're very careful about not showing you, but it's a little subtle.
Yeah, it's nice. It's real nice. So then we get deeper into it. They eventually get the body in which they think the puppet master is in, which he is.
Yeah, so it's some shady government bullshit where there are different sections of special agents, right? Mm-hmm. Section 9 is our main characters. Section 6, apparently, you find out, and this is some spoiler territory. I'm trying not to go too deep into it, not only because I can't spoil a 20-year movie.
Yeah, it's 20. Yeah.
Well, more like coming up on a 30-year movie now.
Oh,
but
Lord Jesus.
Yeah, but it's like it's more on the lines of there's a lot to discuss.
Mm-hmm. There is a lot. Like once they get into the whole cerebral, like what is life and what is human.
It's a very philosophical movie.
Yeah, like I'm not even trying to get into all that on the podcast.
Let me put it. Well, avoiding spoilers because let's not even think about again, the plot is kind of secondary.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even gonna try to the plot is kind of secondary to what's really basically. Puppet Master isn't really a person. It's not an AI. It's just somehow a being that was a ghost that was born of pure data or something.
Right. Like so they built this in AI and it eventually gained sentience and
even though it claims to not be an AI.
Yeah.
It's basically like a program that gained awareness.
Yeah, of itself and everything else.
Yeah.
And learned how to hack into other people's brains in order to basically reproduce, and it's terrifying.
It is horrifying.
It is terrifying. Just stop with the robots now, guys.
Yeah, and I find it fascinating that it doesn't when they call it an AI, it rejects that notion.
It does.
It doesn't find itself. It doesn't think it's. It could be that scene. It could be read a couple of because at this point when they capture them, they trick them into uploading into a prototype cyborg body. Mm-hmm. Because again, those are pretty commonplace. We saw a cyborg body of our main character in a store window.
In a store window, and it was weird. And,
I couldn't do it.
It was really weird.
But it's like. He rejects the notion of being an artificial intelligence and specifically focuses on being a being that came into creation.
Yeah, he created himself.
So, or basically, it's sort of like it's like a chicken egg scenario.
Yeah.
It's like basically it can be read in multiple ways. It can be read as him rejecting the idea of him being artificial, like in a way that human soul. Like he makes comparisons to. Isn't DNA just coding? Isn't
right?
Just genetic?
Like, what's the difference between what I am and what you are? Basically,
yeah, exactly. And I found that interesting.
It is very interesting. It gives you something to think about.
I watched. I don't remember seeing this movie. I think if I did see it, I saw it in middle school when I was I was on an anime manga binge, and I barely remember middle school for various reasons. I have repressed that entire 3 years of my life, but. So I can bring up for those who watched Adult Swim, its anime block back when it came out, Standalone Complex. Mm-hmm. Go to the Cell Standalone Complex. It's a great show. I'm gonna put you onto it for recreation. Maybe we'll do a podcast episode on it one day, but it's so good. I'm gonna put it onto for recreation. I would argue that. Yeah, this movie, seeing it have a movie budget, its animation is it has a different look than the series. Mm-hmm. And the series also, it doesn't look as beautiful as this. But I feel like the series has one benefit that a series will always have over a movie, is that it actually has time to talk about it. So it has more than just feature length. It has
time to expand in their philosophies. And
and
this requires a lot of expansion if you're really going to, because, it falls into monologues and soliloquies about life and philosophy.
And the very nature of humanity. Right.
But it's not something you can address in 15 minutes.
But yeah, exactly. And there's a scene where Major and Bato are in the elevator, and she's discussing where, basically, they work with people every day whose memories are engineered. And Motoko is bringing up the possibility that it's entirely possible that even though she thinks, because she's had, if you know anything about the backstory of the manga or the anime or the character, she was born human. But the thing is, as a kid, well, the official story is that she got into an accident, really bad accident, to the point where she needed a full body prosthetics as a kid, and she's had to use robot bodies ever since then. Mm-hmm. And she's bringing up how entirely possible it is that she's not who she
it's possible those could have been false memories, basically.
Right?
She could be just an AI also. She just doesn't know.
She Bato brings up, well, you have brain cells in your head, you know how people treat you, but she said that's the thing. The only evidence I have that my memories are how people treat me.
Right.
Have you she brings up, she asked him a question, have you ever seen your own brain?
Right. And the answer is no.
Yeah. I find it I'm irritated. Most of my criticism of the movie is that it doesn't. it doesn't use its time wisely as it could.
It's a little slow paced.
It's oh yeah,
everything kind of ramps up in the last 15 or 20 minutes.
It sprinkles some action scenes. It sprinkles just enough action and just enough suspense to like once I told you before. Every time I get to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm about to shut this movie off.
Yeah.
Because I have ADD and it's torture for me, as do you. But it's like they throw in the action scene just in that moment where I'm about to just turn the thing off.
Yeah, I was about to fall asleep, and then they'd be like, "Oh, wait, this is happening."
Someone gets shot.
Or something interesting plot, like the plot will come back into play, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, now I can pay attention again."
Yep, and it helps with the few action scenes they have. It keeps it handles its action.
Oh yeah, well. The action is cool. It's sometimes do we want to get into the end? Sometimes towards the end, like it just seems like, okay, here's an action scene. By the way, like it doesn't seem like it's for anything.
Like you're sitting here like, oh, I'm so bored, blah blah. Next you know, Motoko's fighting a freaking tank.
Yeah,
people get
more or less no reason.
Well, remember Section 6 were being shady and trying to get because apparently they don't reveal much.
Yeah, they don't say much about Section 6 or their motivations.
Exactly, but they're trying to get they don't. I think that's purposeful. It's purposely vague. Basically, they're trying to get Puppet Master back before he reveals too much.
Right.
And
because he escaped.
Yeah, he escaped. Basically, yeah, and they have a tank.
Yeah, and it's just like, here's a tank, by the way, before you get bored. Yeah, an invisible tank before you get bored. Yeah. Here is a scene of Motoko taking down this invisible tank.
Or trying, at least.
Or, yeah.
And Bado showing up with the big gun.
Oh, yeah, and that's what it's called, the big gun.
Like, he literally called it that. Like, well, it's probably not what it's called, but he's like, that's what he refers to it as.
Yeah,
like,
that's what it is.
She said, what took you so long? Oh, I had to go get, sorry. No, she didn't ask what take him so long. It was like, sorry it took me so long. I had to requisition one of the big guns.
Yeah. And the thing,
and that's what it did. It was that was so cool.
The thing that makes her I won't spoil the very ending, but spoils her, or not spoils, that makes her whole am I human thing even more interesting.
Makes it question.
Yeah, like the Puppet Master connects with her both literally and figuratively.
Yeah, like they're I guess they're linked at one point.
Yeah,
and
he was looking for her in order to link because he's like, well, we could merge and make this like
cyber babies.
Cyber babies, basically. We could begin an entire new species of people like us, which. It makes you question like what she said in the elevator. Is that the thing, or
he giving terms. He's bringing up things like, oh well, your consciousness mirrors my own.
Right.
So, like it's just vague enough.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh.
Does he mean like mirrors from the human side, or does he mean like we are the same? And because they can merge, does it mean they're the same?
Like, yeah.
Like, it leaves you with a lot of questions, which is good.
Yeah.
But like,
and they did a good job of showing where she's very contemplative and everything.
Oh yeah, she's like, is it going to erase who I am? And like, am I still going to be me? And the Puppet Master is like, well, that's what's holding you back. Like, why does it matter?
Yeah. And I like
you could be so much bigger.
Exactly. I like what he says, and one of the things he says in response to that is that it's more or less summarized as change is natural and inevitable.
Yeah.
Like. And it made me think that, well, that actually makes perfect sense. Like, when you change, you're not the same person. Like, I'm not the same person I was like a few years ago.
Exactly. Right? That's what evolving and learning and growing, that's what it is to be human.
Yeah. So
he makes really good points. Like, why would you want to remain as you are when you have this opportunity to be something so much greater than yourself?
Yeah.
Like, what is the purpose of maintaining this current personality that you have? To what end?
Yeah.
Is more or less what he asked her, and she can't answer it.
And one of the things of the movie made me wonder, what is a person really more than just their experiences and memories?
Yeah.
Anyway, like, what is that when you take away...
What is humanity without your experiences and memories?
Right. Exactly. Your memory, like, what you experience, your experiences and memory that's what a person is. They're a collection of experiences.
And even as a human, like, some of your memories are false.
Yeah, exactly. And that's your brain.
Nobody implants that in you. Like, that's just a thing that the brain does. Have fun sleeping with that tonight.
Oh yeah, the brain. Oh,
By the way,
in the absence of memories, the brain will create new ones.
Yeah.
And it does that. It's self-preservation.
It is. It just one of your favorite childhood memories, by the way, could be fake. So have fun going through all of your childhood memories today.
You ever play BioShock Infinite?
I haven't. I have it.
Cause my sister's borrowing mine now. My copy right now. But it's like it's a quote in the beginning of the game. It basically raises that question. It basically says straight up, like, in the absence of memory, your brain will create them.
Yeah.
Like,
I forget what it's called.
I will not spoil that memory. I will not spoil that game. But
I heard it was good.
It was good. It just wow. There's a lot to talk about involving that that we do not have time in this podcast to go into.
We do not.
But the point is, it's very fascinating. I have now, naturally, like I said, not a perfect movie. It's a bit slow. It's a bit. I'm not gonna say use the term masturbatory, because that's a bit critical. It is very aware.
It's aware of how beautiful it is. Like, it's like, look at this shot. Isn't this shot great? I know that shot is great.
It's gonna make you take in
the work.
Like, you can't. No one's gonna be able to watch this movie and ignore how good it's animated, because this movie makes a damn sure you know how good.
Yeah.
Like, someone made
I can appreciate that.
Yeah, someone was proud of how this movie looked. They wanted that. Whether or not you pick, they wanted. But the thing is, they also did that with its philosophies. Yeah. And like its philosophical questions and stuff. Yeah. Like, it also did that with its writing, and that's what bothers me. Yeah. Because it's like. There are things they said and they did in like 3 paragraph monologues that they really could have done it said in half a paragraph.
Yeah, they do drag it out drag the dialogue out just a smidger.
Like, y'all remember in creative writing class how teachers flowery language is all it is. It's pretty, but and it had its place.
Purple prose.
That's the term I look for. Purple prose. There is quite a bit of purple prose.
Yeah. It's like saying the thorned petals of my beautiful flame are bright burning crimson instead of just saying the rose is red.
Like, to be honest, I'll be honest, if this movie didn't actually raise for real interesting points. Yeah. I would say it was up its own ass. I would. The only thing stopping me from saying that, the fact that it does raise questions, and it does have a point. I just question of how it, how it told it. Yeah. I question it could have condensed it a bit.
I agree. It could have been better paced. It could have been.
Yeah. It's the pacing. Other than that, I mean, it's good if you're into cyberpunk. Like, if I had to do if I taught like a cyberpunk 101 class, this is on the syllabus. Like, this is right on the syllabus for Blade Runner, freaking Soylent Green. Like,
Soylent Green.
Like, this is, I mean, it's good. It's a classic for a reason.
Yeah, it's a classic for a reason.
It deserves, I will say, even with my criticism, it deserves to be a classic.
I'm sitting here looking at Black Panther tickets.
Yeah, again.
So, I think I'm about ready to wrap it up. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, there's not really much that's weird. It's like, it's not really much to say about a movie that's that's already a classic. Yeah. Like, of course we recommend it. Like, that's
obviously. It's a classic.
It's a good movie. I will say, make sure you're in a mood. Like, you have to be like in the mood to watch it. Yeah. Like, if you're in the mood, you have to be kind of into like thinking of contemplating on those subjects. Yeah. Of the Ghost in the Machine. That's called Ghost in the Shell. Yeah. But like the Ghost in the Machine, and how do robots dream of electric sheep and all that bullshit. Yeah. I'll say it handles it a little better than it handles it better than iRobot, just a different way.
Yeah. It was really good. Watch it.
Also, let me put out there, iRobot, it gets a lot of shit.
I liked iRobot.
I like iRobot, and honestly, iRobot, it That was a good movie. I feel like that movie gets a lot of shit, and I don't understand why.
I enjoy it. Like, it's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. So anyway, you want to go see Black Panther again today at 3:00?
3? What time? Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
In an hour. Anyway,
we love you guys.
We love you. Go see Black Panther.
Go see Black Panther. I also recommend we might do an episode on it, but at the moment, if you're interested, see this. I sort of prefer Ghost in the Shell standalone complex, but I'll save that for when I rewatch. But yeah, Cyberpunk, I'm for it. Let's do it.
All right.
You have a good one. Bye.
Have a great week.
We out.
Adios.